How many of you know someone who has dropped out of high school? I think we all probably know at least one person who has. Dropping out of high school is becoming more common each year and isn't looked at as that big of a deal anymore in today's time. Dropping out has a lot of cons that come with it, and in my opinion, isn't the smartest thing to do. High school students drop out of school for many different reasons. Students say that boredom is one reason for dropping out. Some students say that what they are learning at school is not interesting to them and that they have no interest in going to school to be bored all day. Some have plans that are more appealing to them than staying in school. They have plans to get a job or start a career, and that interests them more than finishing high school. Another reason for dropping out is academic struggles. Many students struggle with their grades in high school, and they would much rather quit school than keep struggling with the work that they are being given every day. Many students that struggle academically don't want to risk failing and have to repeat a year of school, so they think dropping out is the answer. Money is another reason that high school students drop out. They want to work and earn money for the things that they want, and most students do not want to go to school all day and also work enough hours to pay for those things. Those are just a few reasons as to why students drop out of school. So, what can we do to prevent students from dropping out? There are many ways that we can help solve this problem and decrease the dropout rates. First, communicating with the student is a very important thing to do to prevent dropping out. If a student is having trouble at school and is even thinking about dropping out, they should always have someone to talk to. Parents, their counselor, or even a teacher could prevent it if they knew what was causing the problem. They could help the student fix the issue and help the student understand that dropping out is not the best way. Another way is to make sure that students know how much of a difference it makes if you have a high school diploma or not when trying to get a job or start a career. We should make sure that students know that most jobs do require a high school diploma, and it can make a big difference in their future if they stay in school. Most jobs will hire someone with a high school diploma before they will hire someone without one, so students should be informed on that. Being supportive and understanding to a student that is considering dropping out is also very helpful. If they mention it to you, rather than making them feel bad for having the idea because you don't like it, you should be helpful and tell them all the good things that come with earning a high school diploma. Students should also include themselves in extracurricular activities such as school clubs or sports that they enjoy. This could make them look forward to school and could also result in more students staying in school. Lastly, and in my opinion, the most important way to help decrease the dropout rate is to make high school more enjoyable. Many students do not like school and hate going every day. When I was in school, I heard so many of my friends and even myself say things like, "I hate school" or "I'm so ready to graduate." I think that if high schools tried harder to come up with things that made school more fun, more students would enjoy high school and there would be more people to graduate. One thing they could do to make school more fun would be to add more classes that interest teenagers and that they would enjoy. If students had the option to take classes on things that they like to do, it would be easier for them, and I think that they would enjoy it more. Here's a short clip from a video explaining a way to prevent dropping out of high school.
Students fail freshman year more than any other high school grade. Students that receive more than one F in a core subject, such as English, math, science, and social studies, are considered off track for graduating high school on time. High school dropouts earn nearly $8,000 less per year than someone with a diploma. What do these facts tell us? We must put the right supports in place to make sure that students are on track in middle and high school so they can be successful and graduate on time. So, what can we do to make sure our students succeed? We can use early warning systems. Early warning systems are systems that educators use to identify students who are at risk of dropping out. A dedicated team of educators manage these systems. Members of the team can include teachers, counselors, principals, and district staff. Early warning systems can use attendance, behavior, and grades to determine if students are on or off track. Data used in these systems are kept in a secure location that only appropriate people, such as teachers and principals, have access to. The data can be shared with you to let you know whether your student is on track for graduation. Educators can use this data to determine what supports students need to get back on track. This effort to get students back on track is called dropout prevention. One example of dropout prevention support is Check and Connect. Check and Connect is a support program for students who are disengaged from school. Trained mentors build trusting relationships with students and monitor their attendance, behavior, and grades. They then respond with personalized supports to help students be successful in school. Ask your student's teacher or school staff about dropout prevention and early warning systems so you can make sure that your student succeeds on graduation day and beyond.
The amount of high school dropouts each year is not at a good number right now. Every year, more than 1 million students drop out of school, and there are ways that it can be prevented. If parents, students, and schools all tried a little harder, I think that maybe the numbers could be lowered and dropping out of high school could become less of a problem and less common.